There's a time to lose, and there's a time to win with silver. There's a time to buy, and there's a time to sell with silver. But there's also a time to hold, and that's what I'm going to be talking about in this video as we explore. A lesson for all of us to learn is that time heals all wounds, at least mostly, and that is exactly the case as what happened with these silver bars I'm going to show you right here. I bought these silver bars probably about 10 years ago, likely have documented that purchase here on YouTube, and I remember the price I paid for these bars because I had been wanting some Johnson Matthey bars in the original packaging, and the opportunity arose for me to be able to accumulate these from a coin show, actually. And I remember that I paid it based off of about a $30 spot price. In fact, I think it may be that silver had fallen to just below $30 an ounce. And I paid $31 a bar for these. Full sheet of Johnson Matthey silver bars. Beautiful. I kind of like the original packaging from which these came, and I don't think they make them in this form anymore because Asahi has taken over. Although I have seen some talk that Johnson Matthey brand has come back, maybe through Asahi because of the nostalgic nature of it. But silver, an amazing metal for sure, and Johnson Matthey is a name that is quite recognizable for stacking. And this is a story about, and a lesson that I think we all can take home with us about preserving your wealth and about holding. You know, I believe that with the silver price where it is now at $31.50 some odd cents an ounce, this is the time to hold your silver. And this, I hope, will encourage you, because I bought these silver bars for $31 each. And there's 10 of them here, as you can see. And making this purchase has proven to be something that, of a losing proposition for 10 years until now. Because now, since I've held these bars, I am now above water on them. In other words, if I were to sell them, I would likely get spot price for them, maybe a little bit less. But my guess is I could probably get $31 back for these bars. Now, you might be saying, but what about adjusted for inflation? Well, adjusted for inflation, I'm still underwater with these bars because obviously the dollar has lost a lot of value in the last 10 years, especially in the last 4 years. And certainly in the last 2 years. So in that regards, I would need to hold these for longer. But in terms of nominal dollars, well, I would be breaking even right now if you're to take that into account. But I'm not going to sell these bars. I'm going to hold on. And so in terms of the nominal price, I'm breaking even. Adjusted for inflation, though, we need to take that into account whenever we're making purchases like this. But with the market where it is now, folks, this is the time to hold. Now, there are circumstances that are unique to you that may require you to sell some of your silver. But that's the word, require. If you have a choice in the matter and you don't need to sell, I would encourage you to hold on. These are the times to hold your silver at the very least. And if you're making purchases, be careful, because we are now sitting over the weekend as the prices has now shot up dramatically, skyrocketed to $31.50. But we could see it get smacked right back down again. And literally with an over 6.5% increase, I think it was 6.8 increase, which is the biggest move I've seen in a single day since I've been paying attention to the markets. We very well could see that get smacked back down again. Do not lose hope. Do not lose heart. And you might be thinking to yourself, well, if that's going to happen, maybe I should sell off some silver now so that I can take advantage of and maybe even make a little bit of money if you bought silver when it was much cheaper. Now, these bars, I can't celebrate too much yet in terms of being able to come out ahead. But that's not what it's about in my view. When you stack silver, it's not about coming out ahead. It's not about making money. It's not about profits. It's about I think, wealth preservation. It's about an insurance policy against the economic insanity from which we find ourselves adhered to and a part of these days. There's a lot going on in the world right now, geopolitically, and silver very well could take off from here. I'm not discounting that fact. I like to be realistic about silver. In fact, I fully expect that we're going to see some sort of pullback, and it will be healthy to see that to a degree. But I'm hoping we see that pullback with a support at about $30 an ounce, because that number is so important psychologically in the markets, that if we see that, we see it hold above $30, it's something to celebrate. But these bars here have been the bane of my existence for 10 plus years since I bought them at $31 an ounce, thinking I got a killer deal back then, because back then I thought for sure we were going to see silver break on through to all-time highs yet again. In other words, we were still kind of riding high off of that $50 silver, almost $50 silver mark in 2011. And then when I started this channel, I thought we were going to be on the cusp of another move back to that price point again, because I thought after 3 rounds of quantitative easing, there's no way that silver is going to stay where it is and not go up to this all-time high yet again. It was just a matter of time. Boy, was I wrong. I was wrong. And so this is one of the reasons why, folks, that I have changed my view and been a little bit more realistic and moderate about silver's price performance, because we tend to get disappointed time and time again. But the thing is when you have when you keep your expectations low and realistic, in my view, to me that just means that you're stacking silver for the right reasons, about wealth preservation, and it's about having wealth in the form of silver outside of the system from which we find ourselves apart. What is that system? That system is a corrupt system based off of Federal Reserve notes that are inflated. And they inflate even when there's, quote, no inflation. What does that mean to the Federal Reserve? That means a target of 2% year over year. And even if we had no inflation and it was just 2% year over year, I'm still underwater with these silver bars, because inflation rises at 2% per year. Now we know, of course, that we're not anywhere near there. And we went through a period of very high inflation, 9.1%. And everything else on top of that is just it. It is piling on to the loss of the dollar strength, or the strength of its purchasing power, that is, over that time. And we're going to continue to see inflation rear its ugly head, which means that I very well could be underwater with these silver bars for a lot longer. But I'm going to hold on to them until such a time where they do preserve my wealth. And again, this is just one snapshot of a purchase that I made. And who knows what's going to happen in the future with silver prices. But obviously they would have to probably be about $50 an ounce for me to really say that I broke even on this purchase. And that's just a guess, but likely it's going to be somewhere around there, likely probably in the 40s, mid 40s to low 50s, until I can really truly break even on these. But I'm going to hold on. That is having diamond hands, folks. You squeeze that silver as you hold on to it so much that the pressure creates the beauty of diamonds. And that's what having diamond hands are. And that's what I've been about for this whole entire time. And if you have the ability to be fiscally responsible, you too can have the luxury of holding on to your silver through the good times and the bad times. This is an encouraging time for silver's price right now, but I can't celebrate yet until such a time where I'm able to break even. But you know what? To me, it's not really so much about breaking even. To me, it's about having something of value outside of the corrupt system from which we find ourselves a part. And the longer you hold, the better off you're going to be. Because this is silver that has never seen the market for over 10 years. But look how shiny nice these things are. I celebrate that. These are not participating in the market. All of this silver here. And boy, am I glad for that. It is just holding on. It is just providing a store of value that will never go away no matter what. And there's other cases and instances where I can tell you that I can show you pieces that I bought at $4 an ounce. And I'm well ahead adjusted for inflation. And I could profit on selling that silver. But that's not what it's about. Stacking silver is not about a profit. It is about a statement. It is about a way of life. It is about a way of preserving your wealth and sending a message to the system that we have to participate in, but we don't have to fully participate in it. But we have a savings vehicle, an insurance policy, and that's what silver is. But you have to have diamond hands and strong minds and a conviction that you're doing the right thing by stacking silver. And why? Because of what it has been for thousands of years. And that history is what is going to give you the encouragement to hold on to silver. No matter what the price does, even if the price of silver goes back to $25 an ounce, which, by the way, we should not rule out that could happen, just as much as it could possibly continue to climb from here to maybe even $40 an ounce. We really don't know, but it matters not in the grand scheme of things. Why? Because there's a whole lot more to silver than just its price. The more people that know that, the better off you're going to be. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section down below. I'd like to extend a multitude of gratitude to each and every one of you for taking the time to watch. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and encourage you to please rate this video, share it, comment, and subscribe.